Okay, hi everyone, welcome back to this video series on Cisco ASA firewall, Cisco ASA 5550 model. The Cisco ASA 5550 appliances provide high availability security services for large enterprises and service provider networks in a 1RU form factor. This model provides gigabit connectivity in the form of both Ethernet and fiber-based interfaces. So description: performance: firewall throughput up to 650 Gbps, 3DES, AES, IPsec VPN throughput up to 325 Mbps. Connections 40,000, 400,000 I think there. IPsec VPN peers 5,000, SSL VPN peers 2,500. Interfaces: 4 gigabit Ethernet ports for security services and 1 fast Ethernet port for 00B management. Virtual interfaces: VLANs 200, high availability, active, and active standby, VPN scalability, VPN clustering and load balancing, threat mitigation through IPX, firewall and anti-X: 500 with AIP-SSM 20, 650 with AIP-SSM 40, security contacts up to 50. The external front layout of the Cisco ASA 5550 appliance is identical to that of the Cisco ASA 5510, 5520 and the 5540 appliances. The Cisco ASA 5550 appliances have 2 internal buses providing copper gigabit Ethernet and fiber gigabit Ethernet connectivity. Slot 0 corresponds to B and has 4 embedded copper gigabit Ethernet ports. Slot 1 corresponds to bus 1 and has 4 embedded copper gigabit Ethernet ports and 4 embedded small form factor pluggable SFP interfaces that support fiber gigabit Ethernet connectivity. Figure 2.9 illustrates the rear view of the Cisco ASA 5550. As you can see here, slot 1 has 4 copper Ethernet ports and 4 fiber Ethernet ports. However, you can use only 4 slot 1 ports at a time. For instance, you could use 2 slot 1 copper ports and 2 fiber ports, but you cannot use fiber ports if you're already using all 4 slot 1 copper ports. Table 2.4 lists the capabilities of the ASA 5550 and its performance and connection limit numbers. Description: performance: firewall throughput up to 1.2 Gbps, 3DES, AES, IPsec VPN throughput up to 425 Mbps. Connection 6,500,000 there. IPsec VPeers 5,000. SSL VPN peers 5,000. Interfaces: 8 gigabit Ethernet ports for security service as one fast Ethernet port for 00B management. Virtual interfaces: VLAN 250, high availability, active, and active standby, VPN scalability, VPN clustering and load balancing. Threat mitigation: throughput, IPS not available, firewall, anti-X, security contacts up to 50. The Cisco ASA 5580-20 and the 5580-40 models. The Cisco ASA 5580 series adaptive security appliance are available in 2 models: Cisco ASA 5580-20, Cisco ASA 5580-40. Because of their high performance, these models are typically deployed in the data centers of large corporations or at the edge of very demanding networks. The Cisco ASA 5580 series adaptive security appliances introduce new capabilities such as highly scalable logging, system environmental monitoring, VPN remote access, user limits, and 10 gigabit Ethernet interfaces. The ASA 558020 and the ASA 558040 supports 50 security contexts and up to 100 VLAN interfaces. 250 VLAN interfaces will be supported in a future release, and 1 gigabit IPsec VPN 3E DES performance. They support up to 24 gigabit data ports or up to 12 10 gigabit data ports, as well as 2 additional gigabit ports for management. Optional redundant hot swappable power capabilities are available, as well as hot swappable cooling fans in the case of a fan failure. The Cisco ASA 558020. The Cisco ASA 558020 can scale up to 5 gigabits per second of TCP traffic. UDP performance is even greater. It delivers greater than 90,000 TCP connections per second and supports up to 1 million connections. Figure 210 illustrates a front view of the Cisco ASA 5580 series. Both the Cisco ASA 558020 and the 558040 have the same physical design. The following are the components illustrated in figure 210. Step 1, active LED indicates the active and standby failover status. When the system is active, the LED is on. When the system is in standby status, the LED is off. Step 2, system LED shows system internal health. Green indicates that the system is powered on under normal operation. Flashing amber indicates that the system health is degraded. Flashing red indicates that system health is critical. Step 3, power status LED shows power supply status. Green indicates that the power supply is on. Flashing amber indicates that the power supply health is degraded. Flashing red indicates that the power supply health is critical. Step 4, management 00 interface LED. Green indicates that the interface is connected to the network. Flashing green indicates that there is network activity. The LED is off when there is no network connection. Step 5, management 0/1. Interface LED. Green indicates that the interface is connected to the network. Flashing green indicates that there is network activity. The LED is off when there is no network connection. Step 6, power switch and indicator turns power on and off. Amber means that the system has power and is in standby mode. Green indicates that the system has power and is turned on. Figure 211 illustrates the back view of the Cisco ASA 5580 series security appliance. Cisco ASA 558040. The Cisco ASA 558040 can scale up to 10 gigabits per second of TCP traffic, and similar to ASA 558020 and UDP performance will be even greater. Additionally, it can process up to 150,000 TCP connections per second and up to 2 million connections in total. Table 2.6 lists the capabilities of the Cisco ASA 558040 and its performance and connection limits. Description: performance, firewall throughput up to 5 gigabits Gbps, real-world HTTP, and 10 Gbps jumbo frames. 3 DES, AES, IPsec, VPN throughput up to 1 Gbps connections, 100,000, IPsec, VPN peers, 10,000, SSL VPN peers, 10,000 interfaces. 2 gigabit Ethernet management interfaces, 4 gigabit Ethernet with ASA 5580, 4GE, CU, 4 Gigabit Ethernet SRLC with ASA 5580 4G EFI, 2 10 Gigabit Ethernet SRLC with ASA 5580 2x10G ESR virtual interfaces VLANs, 250 starting in 8.12. The limit was increased from 100 and 250 high availability, active, and active standby, VPN scalability, VPN clustering and load balancing, threat mitigation, throughput, IPS firewall not available, and anti-X, security context up to 50. Secure Cisco ASA AIP-SSM module. The following are the 3 adaptive inspection and prevention security service module AIP-SSM modules, which provide support for IPS services delivered by Cisco IPS software. AIP-SSM 10 supported only on the Cisco ASA 5510 and 5520 appliances. AIP-SSM 20 supported only on the Cisco ASA 5510, 5520 and 5540 appliances. AIP-SSM 40 supported only on the Cisco ASA 5520 and 5540 appliances. Cisco ASA 5580 40 model capabilities, description, performance, firewall throughput, up to 10 Gbps, real world HTTP, 20 gigabits, 20 Gbps jumbo frames, 3 DES, AES, IPsec, VPN up to 1 gig, connections 200,000, IPsec VPN peers 10,000, SSL VPN peers 10,000, interfaces, 2 gigabit Ethernet management interfaces, 4 gigabit Ethernet ASA 5580 4G ECU, 4 gigabit Ethernet SRLC with ASA 5580 4G EFI, 2 gigabit Ethernet SRLC with ASA 5580 2x10G ESR virtual interfaces, VLAN 250 starting in 8.12. The limit was increased from 100 to 250, high availability, active, and active standby, VPN scalability, VPN clustering and load balancing, threat mitigation, throughput not available, IPS, firewall and anti-X, security contacts up to 50. All the Cisco AIP-SSM modules have the same physical characteristics. Figure 212 shows the Cisco AIP-SSM 20 module. As you can see here, Cisco ASA AIP-SSM 10, the Cisco ASA AIP-SSM 10 concurrent threat mitigation throughput can scale up to 150 Mbps with the Cisco ASA 5510 and up to 225 Mbps with the Cisco ASA 5520. It comes with 1 gigabyte GB of random access memory RAM and 250 megabyte MB of flash memory. Cisco ASA AIP-SSM 20, the Cisco ASA AIP-SSM 20 concurrent threat mitigation throughput can scale up to 300 Mbps with the Cisco ASA 5510, up to 375 Mbps with the Cisco ASA 5520, and up to 500 Mbps with the Cisco ASA 5540. It comes with 2 GB of RAM and 256 MB of flash memory. Cisco ASA AIP-SSM 40. The Cisco ASA AIP-SSM 40 concurrent threat mitigation throughput can scale to up to 450 Mbps with the Cisco ASA 5520 and up to 650 Mbps with the Cisco ASA 5540. It comes with 4 GB of RAM and 2 GB of flash memory. Cisco ASA Gigabit Ethernet modules. There are several Gigabit Ethernet expansion modules for the Cisco ASA appliances. The Cisco ASA 5510, 5520, 5540, and 5550 support the Cisco ASA 4-port Gigabit Ethernet Security Services module. 4G ESSM, the Cisco ASA 558020 and the 558040 supports the following modules: 4-port Gigabit Ethernet Copper PCI Express card, 20-port 10 Gigabit Ethernet Fiber PCI Express card, 4-port Gigabit Ethernet Fiber PCI Express card. Cisco ASA 4G ESSM. The Cisco ASA 4G ESSM has 4 10, 100, 1000 RJ45 ports and 4 small form factor pluggable SFP ports that support both copper and optical connections. You can choose copper or fiber connectivity for each of the 4 ports, providing flexibility for data center, campus, or enterprise edge connectivity with a maximum of 4 ports in service concurrent. It expands the Cisco ASA 5510 with a Security Plus license to 3 fast Ethernet and 6 Gigabit Ethernet ports. Similarly, it expands the Cisco ASA 5520 and 5540 appliances to 8 Gigabit Ethernet ports and 1 fast Ethernet management port. Figure 2.13 illustrates the Cisco ASA 4G ESSM. The ASA 5580 expansion cards. The Cisco ASA 5580 4-port Gigabit Ethernet Copper PCI Express card provides 4 10, 100, 1000 base T interfaces, which allow up to 24 total Gigabit Ethernet interfaces in a fully populated chassis. Figure 2.14 shows the 4-port Gigabit Ethernet Copper PCI Express card. The Cisco ASA 5580 4-port Gigabit Ethernet Fiber PCI Express card provides 4 1000 base SX fiber interfaces, expanding up to 24 total Gigabit Ethernet fiber interfaces in a fully populated chassis. So figure 2.15 shows the 4-port Gigabit Ethernet Fiber PCI Express card. The Cisco ASA 5580 2-port 10 Gigabit Ethernet Fiber PCI Express card provides 2 1000 base SX fiber interfaces, expanding to up to 12 total 10 Gigabit Ethernet fiber interfaces in a fully populated chassis. Figure 2.16 shows 2-port Gigabit Ethernet Fiber PCI Express card. Figure 2.16 2-port Gigabit Ethernet Fiber PCI Express card. Cisco ASA CSC-SSM module. The Cisco ASA CSC-SSM module provides an all-in-one content management solution for detection for stoppage of viruses, worms, trojans, other threats in SMTP, POP3, HTTP and FTP network traffic. It runs Trend Micro Interscan software. Additionally, the Cisco ASA CSC-SSM can block compressed or very large files that exceed specified parameters. There are two different licenses for this module, the base license and the Security Plus. If you have purchased the Plus level of the CSC-SSM license, in addition to the previously mentioned features, you can also accomplish the following. Decrease the amount of spam in your email traffic. Protect against phishing fraud. Set up content filters to allow or prohibit email traffic containing keywords or phrases. Block URLs according to predefined filters that allow or disallow, such as adult or mature content, games or chat, instant messaging, gambling sites, or URLs that are known to have hidden malicious purposes. The Cisco ASA CSC-SSM provides virus protection, spyware blocking, spam detection, or content filtering in a single, easy-to-maintain solution. The Cisco ASA CSC-SSM 10 supported on the Cisco ASA 5510, 5520, and 5540. Cisco ASA CSC-SSM supported on the Cisco ASA 5510, 5520, and 5540. So I'm going to leave it here today for this video. If you like listening, please consider like, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you.